Still on the topic of a gut, because gut matters, is I wanted to go a little bit deeper into the conversation that we had yesterday, which was on gut health and simple things that you can do to start to help your body to digest and assimilate and absorb. Because remember, you're not just what you eat, but you're more so what you absorb. And most of us are not absorbing our food and our nutrients properly because of the stress and the conditions that our guts are in these days. So another thing that you might want to consider now, a lot of you guys that have been watching my videos, you know that I eat with the seasons. I don't diet. I don't do anything in particular. I don't eat gluten, as you guys know. I don't like to have processed foods or processed sugar. I definitely don't do fake sugars. I love to do the most nutrient dense things that I can. I love my dark chocolate. If you guys know that. But there's so many things that we can do. And now we're in summer at this moment. And so with me, eating with the seasons, this is where my body wants to be lighter. I want to do more meditations. I love to get up at 5:30 in the morning. I love the early morning sunrise. You may not. That's okay. I'm just saying that is what I like to do. And how I like to do that is feeling lighter and, performing better and being more in touch with nature and being more in touch with my meditations is this season. I like to eat less meat or no meat. And so, as you know, throughout the fall and winter, I eat a lot of a heavier meat diet. I tend to shop with the local farmers so that it's local. I don't get it from big box chains where it could possibly be lab grown or any of that crap that's going on in the world right now, or any of the stuff that we know that is being injected into our foods. We have to be very cautious at where and what we're getting. However, this video, I want to talk about maybe there's a possibility that your body needs a break. It needs a rest, because as we know, when we are putting in meat into our body and we're not digesting or assimilating because we're in such heavy stress and we're on the go all the time, we're not being present, that maybe we need to just set that aside for a second and give yourself a couple of weeks to have lighter foods. And so to go on a cleanse, a detoxification, so that you are starting to get your digestion on track again, that you're starting to have better bowel movements so that you can start to heal and repair. Because sometimes, when we're going through a big stressful period, that when we are in stress in general and we eat, our body is in vasoconstriction still. And what that means is that the blood leaves the intestines and it goes to our extremities. So when you're in high fight or flight, you're not digesting and absorbing properly anyway. So maybe in this summer, maybe you are having some downtime right now. Maybe you are having a reflective period where you're like, you know what, I really do need to take a break from a lot of the crap that I've been eating, including giving my body a break from meat so that I can cleanse out my system more. Because if we're not having enough proper bowel movements a day, then all of those toxins are just stirring up and causing a lot of havoc. A lot, which I'm not going to go in this video because it's not what this is about. But we are causing our body to be full of not just toxins, but then there's parasites and there's high candida and there's a lot of inflammation, and it's affecting your mind and it's affecting your mood, is how you are thinking about things on a day-to-day basis. And then it is correlating with your hormones and how your body is operating optimally or not functioning very well at all, where you have low lethargic energy and that, you're feeling moody all the time and irritable or maybe cranky, or you're, flying off the handle when you're like, why would I act like that? So our body is one beautiful, intricate system. And so when we are out of balance in one area, it does create issues in the other area. And as we know, especially as women, because I'm a woman and I speak to women on this all the time, is that then it creates a cascade effect on your hormones and massively affecting your hormones. And that is where, as we get into perimenopause and menopause, we have a lot more signs and symptoms and issues that we have to deal with because, my friends, of the lifestyle we lived when we were younger. It's not just genetics. It's not just because that's what we expect and that's what happens. No. We have hormones that are off in our teens, our 20s, and our early 30s. from a lot of stress, from the chemicals that we are being exposed to and what we're ingesting, the way we're living our lifestyle, the alcohol, maybe drugs, like all of those things are going to combine what is happening within our system. And so now we need to take charge of what is happening and start to take charge of our mind. Go back to this video that I did when I talked about the two most important things if you want to be healthy. And it is not nutrition, believe it or not. It is two other things. So going on a cleanser detoxification can really help you. Just giving your body that break. So you can do 2 weeks, you can do 3 months. You have a lot of gut issues. Like for me, what I'm doing right now is I wake up every morning and I am juicing. My next video is going to be on juicing. Take a look at this. And I love to really hydrate my body because a lot of us are so dehydrated, even if you're drinking water. What kind of quality of water? What are you doing? And water alone isn't going to hydrate your body, especially when your cells are shriveled up because they're not getting enough nutrients and vitamins and minerals. So when you start to juice, it really does help to accelerate that process. And it is very beneficial. It is very enlightening, and it makes me feel absolutely fabulous. Fabulous. And after I do that, then, I might have some berries. I have some organic blueberries here. Yes, I know, you guys, it's really crazy in this day and age, the prices of foods. Also, if you guys are interested in finding out more about what products, fruits and vegetables that are the most sprayed and the ones that are the least amount sprayed and the types of chemicals and how much and when did this start and who's doing it, please check out my free guide that you can download, which is the Dirty Dozen and Clean 15. And that is on my website, and you can just go in there and get that for yourself and educate yourself so that when you're grocery shopping, you can, there's some foods that you're like, okay, I'm not going to feel as I'm not going to feel as bad or guilty or whatever. I don't even feel guilty regardless because we can do what we can do, but not feeling as bad, where there's some conventional products that you're getting in regards to the fruits and vegetables that aren't as sprayed as much, and they have a thicker skin, so it's not affecting you as much as some of the others. So just go ahead and download that because I want you guys to be able to be a healthier and more satisfied shopper when you go out. So that is another thing. What I like to do as well is when I do a big salad in the afternoon, is I will put just a ton of fun stuff in it. So I am putting hemp seeds, I'm putting a little bit of flax meal, giving me that extra fiber. And I'm also helping with, it's actually really good for perimenopause as well. Also, it's getting the beautiful omega-3s. So more omega-3s is really, really going to help with your sugar cravings as well. And so I also, when I get up in the mornings, I will have my fish oil because I like to do that. And I find that it really helps with brain health and inflammation as well. I go to my health food store for all this, you guys. I never go to Costco. I don't go to Walmart. I don't go to a pharmacy. I go to a health food store because I know I'm getting way better quality stuff. Despite what a lot of people think with pharmacy, you think maybe better grade? No. Go to your health food store. You're going to get better, higher quality grade. That's not maybe owned by pharmaceutical companies, even though they're trying to buy up our supplement industry nowadays. That's another topic. I can't go down that route. It makes me so upset. Anyways, I digress. Then what I like to do is I'll add in some now almonds. Now what I will do, because I know that they can be really hard to digest. So I will soak them and they will be raw, and I will add some of those on my salad as well. And then I will do just as many fun vegetables and stuff as I can and I will make my own dressing because I find that for me, I don't like to do canola and soybean or vegetable oils at all. And why is it in almost all of the stinking salad dressings you see out there is always canola or it's always soybean oil? So I avoid that and I just make my own. So if you guys want me to do some recipes for you, let me know. I'll do that. And then I will do that throughout the summer months. And then as fall progresses, then I start to add in more meat. But like I said, if you want to just do that for 2 weeks and then having fun smoothies, so you can even, if you want more protein and you're worried about, losing muscle mass, you probably won't during that time. And if you do, it's very little. But if you want to have good protein powders, there's some really great ones out there. that I do are vegan protein powders. Now, I'm not a vegan. I'm not carnivore. I'm not keto. Like I said, I am not a label of any of that. I don't need a label. I just go with the flow. So back and forth and do what my body feels and what I intuitively get hits on. I listen to my intuition. I don't listen to what the fad is nowadays. And so what I will do is a vegan protein powder. So I will do Purica, which I really love. It's got the medicinal mushrooms. As you guys know, I'm obsessed with medicinal mushrooms. And that is one of the things that I speak about and coach about in depth a lot because it is one of my faves. And it's been over 20 years that I've been utilizing it. It's changed my life in many different ways. But I will use theirs because they have great products and I really trust them. And I find that my muscle mass hasn't decreased by using that and that it just is great. Sometimes I will use Garden of Life. Sometimes I will use some other products that are out there as well. Also collagen. I will take collagen. I take that in by CanPrev because that is one of my favorites. And I find that all of those things combined just really help my body. And that I do a ton of berries and low glycemic fruits throughout the day. And, if I do a big workout, then I will do a smoothie or I will have other types of fruit. So I will do mangoes and pineapple and I will do the other things. And it doesn't make me fearful or make me crave. I just find that in the way that I'm going about my day and utilizing it for fuel, then it works for me and I'm not craving the additional sugars. So that might be just a key thing that you might want to add in to your lifestyle right now or not, whatever. Again, these are just all suggestions in helping you to figure out what works for you because what works for me might not work for you, right? And we have this internal guidance system that I want to, this is what I teach my clients, but this is also what I want you to start to open up to, which is figuring out, does this feel right? When you eat something, do you feel good after you eat it or do you feel awful? Like, how does your energy feel after you've had it? Give it 20 minutes. How does your digestion feel after that? How does your mood feel? Like all of these things, like after you eat, start to get in touch with it. And the best way to do that is start to journal and try that for a couple of weeks to see how your body is adapting or changing to what you're currently doing and maybe what you are, switching it up to. Like if you were choosing to do a cleanse, then how are things shifting and changing within the body? Because I think that's really important to be our own, advocate for our health and seeing how we can be more in touch with ourselves. And this goes into saying on the last video where I said, it's really important for us to try to eat in silence, not silence, in the present moment. So if you're with friends and family, that is actually really awesome. But what I'm saying is not sitting there scrolling and not paying attention to the food, driving and just gobbling it up and not, being present with the food that you're eating, because all of that really ties into our digestion and to the energy of what we are providing for our body and being thankful and, just feeling it. And the slower we eat, and the more present we are, that was going to help with your digestion as well, but also really help with yourself. And again, connecting to your intuitive parts of you and giving yourself that downtime so that you can start to acquire that time as, eating isn't like a rushed thing or stressful thing, that's your time that you have downtime and that you can think and you quiet your mind and that you disconnect from all social media and all electronics and just see how you feel. Okay, guys, if you like this video, please like and subscribe, and I will talk to you on the next video.